Oh, hey guys, welcome to my channel. It's your girl. I hope everybody's been well since my last post. Hope all is well. And if it's not, then that's okay too. You're not gonna have every day not gonna be a good day. So let's get into it. All right. This message is for my men out there. Okay. This message is for my men. This is not a negative post, okay? So warning. This is not a negative post. This is actually to get you guys to stop accepting certain behaviors in your life. From women, from children. But this post is mostly about women. There's a collective of men out here who just put up with whatever from women because lack of boundaries, lack of wanting, the lack of not wanting to be alone. Like, a lot of people don't want to be alone, so they put up with things, people, places that they're not supposed to. And because I'm a person who talks to men, I'm kind of like home, but I'm gonna sit outside for a second and finish this video. I have talked, because I'm a talker and I'm an observer, I talk to y'all. These glasses, I hate glasses, okay? I hate glasses because they are invaluable, but they get broke and stuff like real easily. So I'm gonna get some contacts real soon because I can't do the glasses. You either get lost or they get lost or whatever. So back to y'all. You don't have to accept toxic behavior from any woman because of your scarcity mindset. There are women out here who put their hands on men, who talk to them or to any type of way, just like you're not even a human being with feelings. Just off the wall, very disrespectful, cursing. Just the mental abuse is out of control. So, from certain women to some men. And so my message to you is, you don't have to be, first of all, there are more women in the world than there are men, okay? As of 2026. There has been for a very long time. So as long as you get yourself together, mentally, physically, emotionally, you won't have a problem. Even if you're not even at the top of the so-called good-looking men or whatever, right? You don't have to be good looking. All you have to do is take care of yourself and have your shit together, and you have your pick of the litter for the most part. Now, if you want to attract a baddie, okay, you gotta have baddie money, okay? That aesthetic isn't cheap. So if that's what you're striving for, then you gotta get your coins up. Don't try to humble her and make her lower herself to be with you. It's not happening. Get your money up if that's what you want. You have to be able to afford the type of lifestyle that she has provided for herself. I'm not talking about the baddies. They got all these men running around and they all in everybody's pockets to provide a lifestyle. I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the baddie that take care of herself, who isn't afraid to be alone, and who has done her mental, spiritual, emotional work. She might not be completed, because I don't think there is no completion on this journey. I think once you pass on to another body and start another journey. But that's just what I believe. Some people believe this is the only life you get, and so you got to do all of this crap to the fullest. I don't believe that. So you don't have to be, whatever your circumstance is, you don't have to put up with toxic behavior from a female. You don't have to. The moment she put hands on you, you can walk away. I know it's difficult that if y'all have children together, but it can be worked out. If you have to go to court, I know paperwork, don't nobody want to deal with paperwork and all that, but in order for your mental health to be to a point where you don't have to end up in jail because you allowed your mental health to drop to a certain point so low, when your vibration dropped so low that it caused you to put hands on somebody, and you didn't even need to do that. You didn't even need to risk your freedom. You literally could have walked away. But because of your fear of being alone, your fear of not having a hole to stick something in, your fear that you're going to have to face yourself, you choose to stay in relationships that are toxic. I've talked to men who's been in. I used to work in a jail, if y'all didn't know. So I've had many conversations with men, and there's always two sides. Okay, I wasn't there for both sides. Some instances with some of these men I was there, but most of these men I was not there for both sides. And I'm not here to choose who was right and who was wrong. What I'm saying is, what I've noticed is men continuously going back. Sorry, there is somebody AC that came on in the middle of my video. So many men have gone back to situations that they just didn't need to go back to. A lot of us do these things, but the reason I'm focusing on men right now is because I don't know if men's self-esteem is just in the toilet. I don't know if they just in a fear base, but they are afraid to walk away. Now, if you have families and everything and it gets complicated, I understand, but there are ways around it, okay? You got aunts and uncles and family members, and maybe you need to decide a pickup drop-off place. Like, all of these things can be worked out to spare your mental health. And I'm so tired of seeing men get caught up in this cycle of I have to stay because of whatever the lack mindset is, that it's a lack of being alone, lack of having to pay child support, which will probably be better than staying with a female that's toxic. Like, my youngest son's father actually went and took himself to child support so that he can not have to directly, you know what I'm saying, deal with the mom. So there are ways around it. Are you going to have to work hard for it? Everything in life is hard work. Everything. There's nothing going to come easy to you. So because you didn't choose the right person to put your sperm in, then these are the results that you got. And then you need to figure out how you can work around it so that you're not miserable and taking your misery to the next relationship. Like, don't nobody want to deal with it. Hi. Sorry, y'all. My nephew and my son. But I'm ready to finish this up anyway. Yeah, I'm just so tired of seeing men go through these toxic situations with women. I mean, I've seen women in my store slapping men, like talking to them just all types of crazy types of ways. And I'm just like, bro, you know you don't have to put up with that, right? Like, you know you don't have to put up with that. Like, why are you putting up with that? Is it because you don't want to take the time to get yourself together? Because it's going to be hard to establish a career and, you know, take care of yourself and, you know, get your own place and, you know, maybe have all your own car, you know? Is it because it's too hard to do that? So you decide to stay with a toxic female? Yeah, you don't have to do that. Just put it on the counter. Put it on the counter, please. Okay. Yeah, you don't have to accept. Nobody has to accept the toxic stuff from any person. But I wanted to address this to men because it's something that I've noticed. I've noticed it throughout dating and the stories that I hear from things that women have done to men. And the toxicity, and then they'll take it into other relationships. And I've heard men tell me, why couldn't I have met you 15 years ago? Why couldn't I have met you 10 years ago, before my ex-wife, before my baby mother, whatever, 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 whatever. And you bringing that shit instead of sitting there healing what part about you attracted these type of people. You decide to take it into a new relationship. All your fears, all your abandonment issues, all your toxicity from dealing with a previous female, lying, cheating, stealing from your mother, whatever the case may be, you chose to stay with this toxic person while they was putting you through all this toxicity, and you could have just left. And that's my point about this whole thing, is don't be afraid to walk away. That's for both sexes, men and women. Don't be afraid to walk away for your mental health. I know things can be complicated, especially when there's children involved, but it don't have to be. If you're single and you don't have no kids, and the other person's single with no children, it should not be that hard. It should not. It should be as simple as, I'm gone and I'm done and you're blocked. Even if we live together, okay? Maybe take about 30 days. You sleep upstairs, I sleep downstairs, or you sleep in the living room, I sleep in the bedroom. However it can get done, okay? It can get done mostly peacefully. It doesn't have to be dramatic. Now, if it gets dramatic and you got to get the cops involved, then you got to do what you got to do. But that's all I wanted to say, y'all. I'm about to go in the house, wind down for the day. Well, I just found out that you can't have bonfires in the city. I did not know you can't. I can't just be in my backyard. Look how beautiful my backyard is. Like, I just can't be in my backyard and light a bonfire. I wouldn't do it in this yard anyway, because the canopy of the trees have me scared, and I don't want to burn down the neighborhood, so I probably wouldn't do that anyway. But yeah, I just found out today that I'm just showing y'all the canopy. Like, there's no opening. Like, it's all tree covering opening. So, all right, y'all. Men, love yourself more. People, love yourself more. But like I said, this message is for men. So, y'all, please start healing yourself, taking care of yourself, you know, because there's a lot of feminines out here that's like me. We're just waiting. Not like waiting. Nobody is waiting. If you're a feminine, divine feminine like me, we're not sitting by waiting, but we're waiting. And some of y'all need to heal. Or some of us, you know, we can't come into union with each other if we're not healing. So if you haven't worked on it, then you need to work on it. And it's okay. Okay? It's okay. I'm here to tell you it's okay. It's not a hard, easy journey, but it's okay. That it's a journey that you might have to go on for your mental health. So, everybody, peace, love, and hair grease. I'm going in the house.